In English, do you think it's possible that she was trying to escape the interaction?
Escape what interaction?
The interaction with
what
the
do you
officer
mean escape? Was she in danger?
Well, two armed men were approaching her car,
it's
telling her to
simple.
get out the car.
I'm confused. What part of escape is not understandable?
You escape like as though she were being pursued.
Well,
she was surrounded by drill her car into a law enforcement zone.
Hold on. She was
asked to get out.
She was being surrounded.
And then she gunned it with a guy standing in front.
She was being surrounded by law enforcement officers.
Yes.
Do you think it is possible that she was trying to flee?
A heated debate erupted as panelists clashed over a controversial law enforcement incident, with accusations, political spin, and sharp disagreements dominating the conversation. While some rushed to draw conclusions, others argued that the facts simply aren't all available yet. The exchange quickly became a larger discussion about justice, accountability, and whether politics is influencing how Americans view law enforcement investigations.
A little bit more from Carlson. He says, did we disagree with her views on immigration? Probably, but that shouldn't matter. Her death is a tragedy, regardless of her partisan affiliations, ideological beliefs, or who pulled the trigger. A woman was shot in the face. And this kind of speaks to what Paul was saying, how, which is that I actually do kind of think that a lot, maybe even most Americans are probably in that place where they think really this shouldn't have happened, and they probably don't like the demonizing of the victim in this case, which is what's being done at the highest levels.
Well, look, I think everyone can agree it's very sad that she got shot and she put herself in that position to do that. I'm not understanding the comparison to Charlie Kirk at all. I'm not sure where Tucker is with that. I can agree with Tucker that absolutely it's tragic. I wish it hadn't happened. I think the officer that did it probably wish it hadn't happened. I think everyone does. Certainly no one's celebrating. Again, there was celebration when Charlie Kirk got assassinated, but I don't think there's anybody on the right celebrating this. I haven't seen that at all. We're talking about it, factually about what happened and whether or not the officer was in the wrong or not. We all know she was in the wrong for what she did. It's a question of what his, response was in that incident. But nobody's saying this isn't tragic or sad.
Well, I think people are not necessarily celebrating it, but justifying her getting shot and inventing a narrative that we can clearly see on the video is not supported. Basically, in 2020, you all may remember, Donald Trump, according to then SecDef Mark Esper, asked, well, why can't you just shoot protesters? Shoot them in the leg or something. He raised this, according to Esper, to General Mark Milley at the time. During his confirmation hearing, current SecDef Hegseth was asked about this by Senator Mazie Hirono at the time. Would you carry out a lawful or an unlawful order like this? He suggested that he would do exactly what the president said. So when we see something like this happen and we see Donald Trump from the Oval Office in front of cameras, we see J.D. Vance from the press room suggest that, yes, this kind of thing is going to happen, and basically give ICE the excuse that you can just shoot people with immunity. You'll be fine. Shoot people with impunity and it's okay. That is a scary thought. And if you've never been on the receiving end, because there is this question around law enforcement of who are they protecting and who are they protecting you from? And there are communities where you don't feel protected by law enforcement. You feel like they are trying to protect certain people from you. Of the people, of the hundreds of thousands of people in ICE custody right now, less than 5% have committed a violent crime. They are snatching innocent people. We are normalizing mass men. And the fact that we're debating it inflates this. It makes it seem like there is a right side to this. It makes it seem like there's something okay about this man shooting this woman. And we can all see what happened. The audience can see what happened on the video. If Ashley Babbitt wasn't a person who caused her own death, then it sounds really hypocritical to suggest that this woman caused her own death.
This is where you lose the American people. You tell them that they're watching a video and they're not seeing what they're seeing. It's telling me that
I agree. You guys should stop doing
yellow,
it.
right? Okay. I mean, hang on a second. What should have happened is to say, we don't know, we're investigating. Instead of saying she's a domestic terrorist, it's clear, we're done.
Can I ask you a question?
Second point is, yeah, go ahead.
Do you think it's right for the governor, the mayor, other Democratic officials within minutes of this happening to say that man is a murderer?
No, that was wrong too. And that's the problem. Then this gets to the Tucker point, and I give him a lot of credit for saying what he's saying. We need to drill down as to why we're desensitized on both sides. Why are people so afraid that they're killing each other over politics?
They're not killing each
Hang
other.
on one second.
This is not a both sides issue. We're not killing each other.
No, people are.
And I saw the video
violence,
and said the man is a
threats
murderer.
of violence.
We saw him shoot somebody point blank.
There's threats of violence. So I think it's a great conversation to start to have in the country, and would be healthy for us to explore that more as to what is causing people, left and right, to be so angry that they threaten violence or see through with violence. And I think that's one of the biggest issues that we have to deal with in the
What
country.
Democratic lawmaker is threatening violence or making these
Well, they
kind
called
of
ICE agents
inflammatory?
Nazis for the last 6 months.
I'm not talking
Well,
about lawmakers per se.
they do
when you
appear to
call-
mimic the
when you have-
Gestapo.
when you have
but
the
you were
governor
saying
of
that the
state
left and the
calling
right, like it's a
this
both
is
sides
the language
issue.
that causes these
I can't
interactions.
say it's all one side.
My language is causing people to get
I'm
shot
saying
in the
it's both
face.
sides.
I doubt it.
There is a
I doubt
radical
it.
sides.
there is
Your
a-
president suggested
there's-
shooting people, protesters in the leg. That is
There
what
is a
causes violence.
radicalized group of people in this country who believe they have been deputized by Democrats
let me
to
ask you a
impede
question.
active
Same
federal
with
law
people
enforcement.
on
I'm
the
not
right.
a Democrat, so I don't know who
It's not the
deputized
same.
anyone
January
is.
It's
I'm
simple-
curious.
it's simply not.
Do you really think that her intention in that moment was to run that officer over?
I mean, I think her intention was to move the car forward with a law enforcement officer standing in front of
Do you
it.
think that she meant to try to kill him?
I mean, I don't know, Abby, and I wouldn't have any
don't
way
you
of
think
knowing.
that is
all I know,
extremely important?
all I know is
But
that
I
when-
mean, Scott, don't you think that is extremely important as we try to understand what was going on here? I think if you're gonna
Actually, no,
if
I
you're
don't.
gonna but if you're gonna say she was trying to kill him, you're basically saying she intended to kill him, and I asked you just point blank, and you wouldn't say that. So
look-
was she trying to kill him or not?
Well, I think if you're behind the wheel of a 4,500-pound automobile and you gun it towards another human,
Well, she didn't gun it. She turned the wheels to the right.
Can we just
I know-
say
I
this?
know you- I
Can
know
we
you-
just say
I know
this?
you're trying to
How many
spin your
people
yarn
have
about
done
it.
this?
She
How many-
hit the guy in the leg.
This is not
Hold on,
normal
Hal.
behavior of a woman.
But
How many
but
people
Scott, do
gun
you
a
think-
car at a law enforcement officer?
Hold on. Do you think that it is possible that she was trying to escape the interaction?
Escape
Escape?
what? Escape what?
Escape what?
Escape two armed men coming to her car.
I'm speaking English. Do you think it's possible that she was trying to escape the interaction?
Escape what interaction?
The interaction with
What
the
do you mean
officer who
escape?
was.
Was she in danger?
Well, two
she's
armed men
surrounded by
were approaching her car,
It's
telling her
very
to get
simple.
out
What
the
part of-
car.
I'm confused. What part of escape is
Well,
not
you
understandable?
escape like as though she were being pursued.
Well,
she,
the
she was
very
surrounded by
first
bringing her
officers.
car
She
into a
was
law
being-
enforcement zone.
hold on, she was
was
being-
asked to get out.
She was being
And
surrounded
then she gunned it with a guy
by,
standing in
She was
front.
being surrounded by law enforcement officers.
Yes.
Do you think it is possible that she was trying to flee?
Flee? Yes. And I heard
Okay.
her, and I
So-
heard her
so given
wife
that-
say, "Drive,
so-
baby, drive."
Right. So
And then she hit the accelerator.
All right. Great. So
and she
look,
was looking
listen,
dead ahead.
Now I feel like we're all in agreement that it is possible that she was not trying to kill the officer, that she was trying to flee, which may be wrong, but the intent does matter here.
It
because
doesn't.
you are making it sound
It
like
does not matter.
that she showed up there with the intent to kill
No,
that
I
officer.
have never said that.
There's no
I have never said that,
evidence
Abby.
of that.
Here's what I believe. She showed up there with the intent to impede active federal law enforcement activities. She put herself in a position with a car in which she made a bad decision that caused the officer to believe his life was in imminent danger. That is not in dispute. Whether she intended to do that or not when she woke up in the morning is irrelevant. What did she
Well,
do?
listen,
Drive her car
it
into
does,
the guy.
I think it does matter for the purpose of, I think where really as Paul said, the gray area in this is that the officer made decisions that, we just had Darren here pointing out, he may have made some poor decisions too. She may have made some poor decisions. The problem, though, is that only one person is dead at the end of this interaction. And that is, I think, what's so troubling to so many
And the
people.
comments and the actions of people on both sides immediately afterwards show how anything is politicized now. Like, it was immediate. It was within minutes that she was a domestic terrorist. She's bad. She's
No,
this.
it
Hang
was-
on a
that
second.
was
And then,
not
and then
minutes.
on the other side, the left went a little crazy too. And the problem is that no one's taking a breath and going, what really happened here? I don't think she got up in the morning and decided
They
to
are
run over a
crazy enough
cop.
to look at the video and draw a conclusion.
We got to go. Next for us.
This debate shows how difficult it has become to separate facts from politics. When a major law enforcement incident captures national attention, almost immediately, people begin taking sides, often before investigators have gathered all the evidence or released their findings. That can make it harder for the public to have a clear understanding of what actually happened. At the same time, incidents involving law enforcement deserve serious scrutiny because the public has a right to know whether procedures were followed and whether actions were justified. That's why investigations are so important. Agencies don't simply rely on headlines or social media reactions. They examine evidence such as body camera footage, witness statements, timelines, forensic reports, and other details before reaching conclusions. What stood out in this discussion was how quickly the conversation expanded beyond the incident itself and became a broader argument about trust in government institutions, political bias, and accountability. Those are important issues, but they shouldn't overshadow the need for a careful review of the facts. In the end, the strongest conclusions are usually the ones based on evidence rather than emotion. Regardless of political views, most people can agree that transparency, accountability, and a fair investigation are essential. The public deserves answers, but those answers need to come from a thorough examination of the facts, not from assumptions made before the investigation is complete.